Suppose you saw this swing in a tree and you just had this idea of how amazing it would be to sit in that swing, kick off, and just have this ride of freedom, and you're soaring up in the air into the tree. But all of a sudden you start getting these thoughts in your head and you're like, well, I don't know if these ropes are very strong. I don't know if I can trust this tree. I can't see all of the roots. I mean, what if it's all dead underground and it's just gonna fall over? Maybe the seat is not very comfortable. Maybe I'll just sit here and just imagine what it would be like to swing. But it's not really tapping us into the adventure if we're just gonna sit there and go, let me think about this. In the same way, God has this incredible adventure for you and for me. But at some point, we're going to have to put ourselves in the position of trust and of saying, okay, let's do this. I call it saying yes to grace. See, God is not looking for a whole bunch of perfect people who have life all together and that He can just go, wow, you are so good, I think I'll let you get to know me. Scripture says that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. That means that when I am at my worst and I am so messy and I have done things that I think are unforgivable, Jesus still says, I would die to have a relationship with you. In fact, I did. He's already paid the price to have a relationship with you. And He's pursuing you. He's not just passively somehow up there in the universe going, oh, well, maybe they'll figure it out someday. He's like, no, I'm calling you. I have these things prepared for you in your life. I know your dreams. I know your heart. I know what you were made for. And I'm calling you into this adventure. And so our very first spiritual practice is to say yes and to actually step into that position where we're saying, God, I choose to trust your grace. I say yes to this amazing adventure that you have for me, this place of freedom, this place of trust. I believe that you're big enough to carry the weight of me. And I believe that you have this amazing adventure for my life, and I'm going to trust you and say yes. Say yes to being loved. God's pursuit of our hearts wasn't on my grid for success. It confused me. I thought I needed to impress Him and win my way to heaven based on good behavior. I used to wince after doing something wrong, wondering if I could make it up to God somehow. Penance made more sense than grace. Buried deep within us, human ambition and God's grace wrestle with each other on a daily basis, vying for our allegiance. The struggle is real. We're often prone to fighting for achievement rather than receiving the love He freely gives. I feel it deeply. On the one hand, personal ambition offers the promise of success, but like a handful of snowflakes, it quickly melts away in my grasp. You need to do better, try harder to please God, ambition says. Success is just around the corner. This inner drive suggests a sense of goodness, pushing me to succeed by my wits in relationships, career, and faith. And I try. But as with the furious flapping of a moth drawn to a yellow flame, my wings are only singed the closer I get. The chase is maddening and tiring. On the other hand, God's grace offers the challenge to set my sights higher. You are already loved, it whispers. Stop trying to earn it. I already know the best plan for you. Just say yes to me. I lean in close to listen, shutting out the familiar clamor of self-doubt and slowly tuning my soul toward the frequency of truth. Your Father in heaven adores you. Live from that place and be free. You know, just like a swing, we can analyze and we can try to figure out or sort of conjure up our own adventure in our imagination of what it could be like to step in that position of trust. But at some point, we just have to move from just standing there and watching it to actually putting our weight in it and stepping in that place. It's the same way with God's grace. At some point, we have to choose that He has prepared this amazing adventure for us. He has a story written for us, and we have the amazing opportunity to say yes.